favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
On first down, Lawrence. And his first look is incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
From midfield now, Lawrence. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Lawrence will throw. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to the ground with Etienne. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now Lawrence. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. Well, they started the drive backed up pretty deep, but a nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And, Brandon, I think from where they started, the initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 first downs and help out our defense after we pump the ball away with field position? But as that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's brought down. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. He'll look to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And he'll work this down inside the 30. Well, they told us that he was just going to be a bear to defend. And usually tight ends are, Charles, but he's no exception to that rule. His second catch of the opening possession, and it gets him a first down.
Yeah, and they certainly saw something on his earlier reception. He went back and reported what he found. And one of the things about him, he's like a wide receiver to me, Brandon. He has a great sense of space and understanding where defenders are.
We talk all the time, Charles, and it kind of gets cliche about the hands that he has, but really it's the truth. For a tight end, some of the best hands in the game. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Texans have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. But they were looking to pick up the first down on third and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. 15 carries, 65 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Calling a gain of a yard, and that's going to bring up the fourth down.
Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Let a little clear out, help you get your receiver, the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Texans will take over. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything, every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. The play action fake, they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line. A good pickup there at 20 yards. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there, with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, Something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open. That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Another toe for ETN. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Line of scrimmage, again, the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Jags are going to get the football back at their own 17.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and add their guys aware of his ability to win.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence, a quick throw knocked away and incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. He's got room past the 30, and they're going to get this up to midfield. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Straight ahead, ETN. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Point after, up and good. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run.
You got it's chicken in the refrigerator.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Houston set to take over. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. Right. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
He's got a man complete. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A huge play there for Houston. 53 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now a throw here, hauled in. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On second down, a run with Etienne. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Play action. It's Lawrence. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. Now Lawrence on first down. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Lawrence. And one more time, here's Kirk. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. From the 30 on second down, Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
Takes it at the 7.
Oh my God. Oh, great run to me. Shiloh mic'd up. Let's go. All right, halftime.
So we have reached halftime.
God damn.
11-point contest.
You gotta take that to the crib, bro.
Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. The best of the early games on Sunday may just be in Buffalo, where the Bills face a big test as they get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being in Tennessee, where it'll be the Titans at home in Nashville, taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And lastly, in the national game on Sunday night, definitely one to tune in for, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. We continue on with the check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half. These 2 clubs running through their final halftime adjustments. It's just about time to get back at it. And for the call of the second half, we go back out to Houston, H-Town.